Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, welcome back. This will be a pick a card reading on how does your ex feel about you. So of course you'll be choosing from the images in the thumbnail. Pile 1 will be Ken Kaneki. Pile 2 will be Michiko Melandro. Pile 3 will be Akira. And pile 4 is Zero. So for each pile, I'll do a couple of spreads. So from these decks here, left to right, the first question I'll ask is, how did your ex feel about you while y'all were in a relationship? The second deck, I'll ask, how does your ex feel now that everything is said and done? The third deck, I'll be asking, what do they want to say to you? And then I'll close the reading out with some advice. And I do want to say thank you all for liking, commenting, and subscribing and showing me a lot of love. I do appreciate it. And yeah, with that being said, I'll see y'all at y'all pile. Hey, pile 1, you chose Ken Kaneki. Just in case you didn't listen to the intro, I'll be asking a few different questions on your ex's feelings while y'all were in a relationship, now that everything's said and done, what they would like to say to you, and then I'll close it out with some advice for you. Yeah, the Page of Swords, 7 of Cups, and the World. There's something here where this person had a lot on their mind. They feel like they had a lot of decisions to make. It seems like this person was focused on exploring something. So I'm getting a lot of different messages, but it's overall giving me the energy of someone who wasn't ready to be in one specific place. Ten of Wands, 9 of Swords, yeah, and the 9 of Wands. You could be seeing a lot of 9s. It just seems like they were looking somewhere else. They could have felt like they had to look somewhere else because you weren't paying attention to them. This person was seeing you as someone who could handle things on your own. They could have also been watching you a lot, seeing that you had a lot of options, and that could have intimidated this person. But it feels like they had a lot on their mind and they couldn't really find that balance. They could have also been very defensive. It seems like this relationship may have moved too fast for them and they couldn't really voice how they felt because things had already gone too deep. I feel like because they had a lot on their mind, they weren't able to really express to you how they felt or what they really wanted, not only within this relationship, but just within life. There was something here where they were resisting some type of change or closing out something. You have 999 here. 9 of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, yeah. It's like somebody who wanted this relationship, but then once they got with you, they could have felt like you had a lot of options, or there was a lot of people who wanted you, and they felt like you had a better chance of finding someone that would treat you better than they could. So it kind of like threw them off. They weren't able to fully just embrace this relationship and be comfortable because they were too busy thinking about you leaving them and finding someone else. You have a lot of 9s here. You have this 10 here. It's like something, they feel like this ending was inevitable. There was just a lot of fear in this person when they were in a relationship with you. If somebody else came along with this ace, that you would take it. Even if you showed this person and continuously reassured them that you wouldn't do that, they just constantly thought about this over and over again. If you post a lot on social media or a lot of people stare at you when you walk in a room, this person just felt some type of way. It's like something they didn't notice prior to y'all getting together. But once they did notice this, it just made them feel some type of way. 8 of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. This person definitely put you on a pedestal. I feel like they didn't say a lot though. because this wasn't an energy that they felt initially. It just kind of, it was a build up. But they felt like you could find better. If y'all were to separate, you'll be able to pick yourself back up regardless of what you had on your plate. Some of you could already have a child. Like, they were witnessing you take care of a lot of things on your own, and they started to feel like they weren't needed. But this is like an insecurity within this person. It had nothing to do with you. And they just constantly started to think like you would just find somebody else. You'll find someone better, someone who could like step up and take charge. It's like they didn't realize how much responsibility you had in your life until they started dating you. There's something here where they didn't notice something until y'all got into a relationship. And then they start to feel like you were stronger than them. You were able to handle a lot more than they could. And it kind of made them feel like they weren't useful in this relationship. This is someone who could have self-sabotaged this connection. You could be confused on why things ended. But they just felt intimidated by your strength, your independence. It made them feel like they were inadequate. You got a Judgment here. Queen of Swords. And the Empress, yeah. This person just felt like they weren't on your level when y'all were together. So if there was like an argument that caused y'all to separate, or this person just like switched up, it's because they realized how much work you do in your life on a day-to-day. They saw that you take care of a lot of things, and they feel like they just cannot compare to you, or they cannot like step up to the plate. It's like you had a routine and they were just existing in your world. That's how they felt. So things could have ended because they stepped out, or this person was like looking at their options, because it's something where they just felt like it would have ended regardless, because they weren't able to step up to the plate and be your equal. And also they weren't able to communicate this to you because of how it made them feel. So let's get into how do they feel about you now that everything is said and done. You have the Eight of Swords, Four of Cups, and the Five of Wands. They feel stuck. They're still stuck on you. This person feels like they missed out. They could have also listened to other people. They could have people telling them to come back around to you. Some of you, if you're already dating someone else, or you're dating period, this person feels some type of way. And I'm seeing a lot of ones on the timer: 111, 1111. So they feel like they made the wrong choice. They should have just been honest with you about how they felt. But they could be seeing you moving on, whether you've fully moved on, or you're in another relationship, you're married, you have kids, or they just see you carrying on with your life. And it makes them feel a little bitter. But they know that this energy, they can only feel this way for themselves, because, you know, they didn't communicate how they felt. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, and the Magician. So they're wanting to reconcile with you, but they don't know how. I feel like this is someone who's still in that energy of not knowing how to communicate to you. They're struggling, trying to be like you, trying to be as independent as you are. But they have that struggle in their life where they can't really do much by themselves because of their pessimistic mindset. They could definitely be watching you get a lot of opportunities. Some of you could have started something new, or you could have celebrated something. You could have also posted like some holiday pictures or something here where they're watching you just be happy. I feel like this is someone who's in a broken place in their life, and they're just not, they feel like they're not able to create any type of abundance for themselves. So I feel like when they met you, they wanted to be in a place where the both of y'all could kind of build each other up, which y'all still could have, but in their mind, they wanted to be where they are in control, where they are someone that you can depend on. And it seems like you're somebody who depends on self. You don't rely on other people. There could be other people as well that are noticing you, that want you. This is someone who's like wanting to manifest you, but they're not successfully able to do so. But they feel like you're somebody who can create something out of nothing. You're able to pick yourself up and keep moving forward regardless of how much is on your plate. And it just makes them upset because they know they're missing out. They know they made the wrong choice. Yeah, Justice is here. And the Page of Swords. Yeah, like I said, they're watching you. This could be their karma. Them having to watch you move on and be happy. It's like a part of them wanted you to be miserable. A part of them wanted you to be sad, down and out. And they wanted you to like beg for them, want them back. They want you to feel this way towards them so you can go to them instead of them having to step up and come to you. They don't like having to do so much work, but at the same time, they still want people to like solely depend on them. It's a very like confusing energy, and I feel like it's because this person is confused. And that could be why you left the relationship, because it was confusing. They weren't making sense. They could have really pursued you, really wanted to make things work, and then turned around and like changed. But you don't want to settle for that. You don't want to deal with that. So not only are you independent, you do your own thing, but you walked away from them and you carried on with your life. You're continuing to overcome obstacles and reach your goals in life, and it just has them having to sit and watch. Because what can they say? They can't say you were the problem. They can't say you were holding this relationship up. They can't say anything. All they can do is watch. Yeah, Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups. Like, this person could have done so much to keep this relationship. They could have done a lot. They could have done a lot to prevent this from ending in the first place, but they just watched you walk away. It's like this person is being deemed as ungrateful. It's like they asked for someone like you just to waste your time, waste your love, waste your energy, especially with you having so much on your plate. And now they're trying to manifest you back. But it's not going to be easy for this person. They're still hurt by y'all separation. They still think about you a lot. They still watch you. They still try to keep tabs on you, see what you're doing, see what you're up to. And it just makes this person upset because they're not there. This person looks at your pictures, they look at your videos, and they just envision themselves being next to you. So they're hurt by this, but they know that this is like what goes around comes around. Like, they know this is justified. Yeah, there's strength here. Five of Cups. And a Two of Swords. Yeah, they just feel like it's kind of like it is what it is, but like if they had an opportunity to get you back, they would. But they clearly know why things ended. This person is not oblivious to like what's happening right now. They're just bitter and regretful. So now we're going to ask what they like to say to you. You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. I feel like they would want to congratulate you on how far you've come since y'all have separated. And they also want to come in and work with you. They want to build with you. This person wants to succeed with you. They would want to tell you that they would put in the work this time. They would communicate. They would bring equal reciprocity to the connection. And they ultimately see themselves being able to marry you, settle down with you, commit to you. They want to tell you that they've learned their lesson. They understand the role that they played. They want to be mature about this. They want to be honest. This person would want to tell you that they don't want to leave you hanging again, or they don't want to leave you confused or lost. They want to step up and play that role and be that person for you. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune, Six of Pentacles, and the Moon. They will want to tell you that they know they have to prove something to you. They have to prove that they've learned this lesson because you weren't able to see that they've learned something. So they want to prove to you that they have. They could also feel like they have some type of ideas to help you become even more successful. But they want to contribute to your life. They want to be an addition and not just like a placeholder or just like in the way. They want to serve a purpose if you were to allow them to come back. And they want change. They don't want you to see them as the person that you walked away from. They want you to see them as someone who can actually commit to you. Somebody you can feel comfortable and trust to stand next to you. Yeah, Six of Wands and the Justice. It's like these are things that they wanted to say before. Things that they wanted to do before, but they feel like they just weren't able to. This could be the first time for this person experiencing this type of relationship, this type of love, this type of commitment. So they could be expressing to you that they weren't able to really process the type of love you were offering them and how serious you were. But they see success. They feel like things can balance out. And they want to just bring a lot more happiness and joy to your life. Relieve the stress, the burden. This is someone who really wants to be your person if you allow them to. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, and the Three of Cups. They have a lot of ideas. They have a lot of things that they feel like can really contribute to the growth of this connection. And I feel like they're saying a lot because they know that they weren't able to like express this before, and they also didn't show you before. So it's kind of like they feel like they have to like say all of this to you so you can like really just trust them. I do feel like this is an energy where it's going to take time for them to get on that same level as you, especially with them seeing you as a Queen of Pentacles and they're coming in as a Page. But they feel like if you trust them enough, they will ultimately be able to reach that. So it seems like a lot of what they're saying, it may come off as like they're selling you a dream because it's so positive and looking forward to the future. But there's just a lot of trust that needs to be put into this if you are reconsidering this person. You got a Three of Wands, yeah. Six of Swords. And the Ten of Cups. Like their ultimate goal is for y'all to be in a loving connection, but they want to express to you that they understand it's going to take a lot of work. The only thing is, are you willing to be patient with them? So now I'm going to pull some oracles. You have the Locket, the Ship, and the Stars. These numbers could be significant. So this person feels like you two are meant to be together. They're wanting to give you the type of love and relationship that you deserve. They want to express to you that they've made a lot of changes in their life and they've worked on themselves internally. Ultimately, they're just asking that you forgive them. But they feel like it's written in the stars that y'all are meant to be together. Y'all are meant to experience this life together. So they're coming in with a lot of genuine energy, very empathetic. This person is wanting to really express how they feel to you because they weren't able to before. They feel like they just kind of left things unsaid, undone, and give you this closure, as well as making it up to you by being that person for you, that person that you need within a connection. You had a child here. The child here again. And then you have the ring. So the energy here, it does seem pretty genuine, but of course it's up to you. Speed, transformation, and justice. So I do feel like this is someone who has experienced their karma. They have gone through this realization and they have changed. This person has realized that they're just going to continue to miss out if they don't come towards you. Of course, this doesn't mean that you have to accept this individual. You know, it's up to you. But this is something that's coming in very quickly. You could hear from them very soon. But they have a lot that they want to get out their chest. And they're wanting to come correct. They're wanting to do the right thing. Because you've been weighing very heavy on this person's mind. And they feel a lot of regret. They feel embarrassed, and they just want to prove to you that they are someone that you can trust and feel comfortable being in a connection with. You have avarice here, which talks about wealth beyond your means, beyond your needs. You have death here. You have confusion. So this person has realized they made the wrong choice, of course. As most people do when things end, they tend to have to sit in that energy of realization. But they have realized that things shouldn't have ended that way. This person at a point in time did not understand this type of love, and they're wanting to really come in and nurture this connection and like I say, do the right thing. They want to prove to you that they can be an asset to your life and not a liability. So yeah, that's your reading, Pile 1. I hope it resonates. Hopefully you like, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye. Hey, Pile 2. The image you chose is Michiko Melandro. And just in case you missed the intro, I'll be pulling a couple different spreads. I'll be asking, how did your ex feel about you while y'all were in a relationship? How do they feel now that everything is said and done? What would they like to say to you? And then I'll close the reading out with a couple oracles. You have the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Wands, and the Queen of Cups. While y'all were in a relationship, this person felt like they had to deal with a lot, or they had to juggle a lot. They had to continuously express and prove to you and reassure you that they loved you, that they were happy to be with you. They felt like they couldn't really relax in this connection because they felt like you didn't trust them or you weren't able to rely on them. You two could have a past with each other, like a deep history, and that could be why they feel like they had to continuously prove to you and express how they felt. But they kind of see you as someone who you weren't trusting them while y'all were together. You didn't believe that they were actually in love with you, that they had this unconditional love for you. And I feel like they still do. Three of Wands, Six of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. You could be seeing 33. They were trying to make plans for the future with you. This person was trying to work on some things behind the scenes to bring to you, to bring more comfortability to this connection. They felt like they were putting in a lot of work, but they did feel like it was working. What they were telling you, what they were showing you, they felt like it was helping release a burden from this relationship so that y'all can just enjoy each other's company. But they were planning something. Something where y'all could celebrate, something where y'all can be happy. This could be a move, this could be some type of celebration. They were planning something, but they feel like they weren't able to express this to you because of how things ended. But they felt like, although it may have been rocky, it was getting better. Some of you, they could have felt like you were more focused on your creative endeavor than this relationship. But this person wanted to work with you. They wanted to help you. They wanted to be as supportive as they could. But it's like they're emphasizing that they had a lot on their plate, but they were still catering to you the best that they could. Yeah, the Hierophant and the Devil. They were planning to marry you. This person was planning to settle down. The closer they were getting to solidifying this relationship, it's like things continue to get worse. So I had to repeat that sentence like 5 times, because there was like, every time I said it, there was a noise, there was something that like distracted the reading, and I feel like that's what the issue was. Every time they were trying to propose or move this relationship forward, it was always something. There was always some type of hiccup. And they feel like, from your perception, you felt like this person was making excuses, or they weren't trying, or they weren't doing as much. But behind the scenes, they're really emphasizing that they were. They had something planned out, but it was like, it was always something blocking them from fully being able to express this to you. Yeah, the Death and the Emperor. Despite whatever the hiccups were, they still wanted to commit to you. There could have also been something very tragic that happened in this person's life, in your life, and it just really threw this entire relationship off course. But they're communicating very clearly on what they feel like the issue was and what they really wanted. This is not somebody who's bitter, not from this spread at least. They're in a very mature energy. It's like they're narrating, they're speaking, because they really want you to understand that something was like out of their control. You have the King of Swords here. I feel like they've had a lot of time to sit and think about this. 4 Wands and the Queen of Swords. Yeah, so their energy is coming off very honest, very straightforward, and they're wanting to make sure that like something is clear. It's like they're saying, if you're going to tell my story, tell it correctly, tell it right. So now we're going to ask, how did they feel now that everything is said and done? For some of you, this could be very specific. This could probably only be for a few of you, but this person could have passed away. If so, I'm so sorry. The energy is very intense right now. It's like this person's like standing over me, speaking through me. Queen of Pentacles, the Hangman, and the 10 of Wands. Some of you, like I say, this may be very specific, but they could have left you, if this person did pass away, they could have left you some type of inheritance. Because it's kind of like they're watching you. They could feel like you're stressed about something. They want you to believe in something. This person wants you to know that they were committed to you. And there's a lot that you didn't see because they were trying to surprise you with something. But their plans were cut off. That's very specific for someone. But if you don't resonate with that part, that's fine. So right now, this person feels like you don't really need them. You're in a place where you're doing fine. You've worked on yourself. You've built yourself up. They're definitely seeing you differently. I feel like they're viewing this entire relationship differently. They feel like they should have been more honest with what they were doing, what they were planning. They should have at least told you something, because it's like your impression of them is not the best. And they're kind of understanding how they can miss out on like the simple things, even if they had like a huge proposal planned for you or some type of like great news, you know, huge new beginning. They could have at least like told you something. This person could have just been very secretive, or like you weren't able to see a certain part of their life that they were like intentionally keeping hidden because they wanted to give you something. But they've really kind of realized something about time, managing time, and learning to be more honest, where they can still surprise you, but they don't have to keep like something entirely a secret. They feel like things are harder for them now. They're having to do a lot more. They just feel this burden of not telling you. And they could feel like it's pointless to say it now because, you know, y'all are no longer together, but they still feel the need to express to you what they had planned. Even if you don't believe them, this person feels like they have to get this off their chest because they're feeling very restricted, very burdened. And they feel like you deserve to know, you deserve to hear what they have to say. They could also want to give you something. If they could be still holding on to this and they want to give it to you. This person feels like they owe you. They at least owe you that. Yeah, the Tower, the Sun, and the Three of Pentacles. I feel like this person probably felt like everything would have fell apart for you, especially if you were like really depending on this person financially. But they see now that you were able to pick yourself back up, or you had like a plan B in your life. They have like a lighter energy when it comes to you. They're not upset or bitter or nothing like that. They just want to express something to you. Like they still want to be a part of your life. This person still wants to work with you. They still want to support you. They feel like, they just feel like they owe you. If you are working on a project, this person wants to contribute to that. They want to fund it. This person's more so in a financial place rather than emotional or passion. Is more so financial. They feel like they need to hold up on their end because they're looking at this situation like they failed you and they lost your trust. Yeah, Four of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this person feels like they disappointed you. They let you down. And it's kind of like you have to go somewhere else. You kind of have to just quickly move on to something else, or quickly like move into a different situation. You could have had to move in with family. You could have felt like embarrassed. You could have been married to this person. But they definitely feel like they let you down. So they're sitting in this energy of like trying to figure out how to give you something, how to return what they feel like is owed to you. It's like they don't want to do this because it feels embarrassed. They feel embarrassed. They feel like they've never dropped the ball like this before. They never fumbled this bad. But they know that they owe you. It's like this is the least they can do. Yeah, the Emperor and the Page of Wands. So I feel like they will end up coming towards you and expressing this to you. And they're not going to show this side of them where they know they messed up and they feel embarrassed. They're going to try to be very confident with their approach. Very matter of fact. I don't see them showing too much emotion though. They're just coming in to have a conversation with you. It's like this person don't want you to know that they feel so deeply. They feel so burdened by this. So they're going to show you a side of them where they're just speaking to you directly and giving you what they feel like they owe you. They're just thinking about like the burden that they left on you. You were able to release that burden day by day, pick yourself back up and work hard to get to where you are. But they still feel this burden. This person does feel stressed. You have the Five of Wands here. Eight of Cups. and the Fool. They could have people telling them that they need to come towards you and give you what you deserve, or at least give you an explanation. I feel like there's not much of a struggle here. Like, they know what they need to do, but it's just like a matter of time before they do it. So now I'm gonna ask, what do they want to say to you? You have the Four of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Page of Wands. I feel like this is the same thing that they've been saying throughout the entire reading, is that they want to open up and express to you all that they've been holding back. Their feelings, their intentions, what they were going to offer you. I feel like they want to be optimistic about y'all's future once they do get this off their chest. But it's just them wanting to, like, communicate to you, explain to you, give you an explanation. Nine of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Justice. This is the only way that's going to balance things out between the two of y'all. You have the Sun and the Moon here. The Sun came out before as well. There's something about their finances here that is very significant. So they're going to be expressing to you that they were holding back. Like I said before, they were saving up their money, saving up something, planning something. But they're finally going to be expressing this to you, what they've been holding back, why they were holding back. And also, like, how they've been feeling since y'all been separated. But I feel like even if this truth isn't going to lead to y'all getting back into a relationship, they at least hope that it can allow y'all to be cordial. Because I feel like this person still wants you to be a part of their life, even if it's just y'all being friends, or, like I say, just being cordial with each other. Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. They could want y'all to work together. I feel like a part of them does hope that it can build something. I don't feel like they initially want to come in with this, like, love offer, but they hope that it can eventually lead somewhere in the future. But for the time being, they're wanting to come in with this peace offering. And like I say, this is something about their finances that they want to give you, something tangible they want to offer you, to kind of like clear the air, to balance out the scales, especially if you have been working on some type of project, or you have gone back to school, or they left you in a position where you had to, like, quickly pick yourself back up. Yeah, Six of Wands and the Five of Cups, yeah. Like I say, it's the same thing. They feel like they owe you. This is the least that they can do, because they feel like they disappointed you, and they disappointed themselves. It's an energy that they're not used to, but this person just made the wrong choice, the wrong decision. They should have been honest with you from the jump, but they were trying to do something different, or they were trying to, like, surprise you, but it ended up, like, being a different type of surprise. But I feel like whatever it is that you're working on that they want to support, they do see success in that. So they, like I say, the least they can do is help you within your finances, help you with your stability. You have the Wheel of Fortune here. Seven of Wands. And the Three of Swords. So this is definitely weighing very heavy on them. But they're not going to express that too much. This person isn't really like that. They're more so matter of fact. They're more so in a stoic, logical type of energy. But they do feel ridiculous, to be honest. They know they could have done more. They know they should have done more. They should have just been honest and open with you. But like I said, they were trying to do something. If this was, you know, some type of surprise, a home proposal, they wanted to be able to solely say that they did everything, but they ended up ruining the entire thing, the surprise in this relationship. So now I'm going to pull some oracles. You have the child, the mice, the sickle, and the fox. These numbers could be significant. You could feel like this person was a liar. You may not have the best impression of this person. Because I keep hearing if you're going to tell my story, tell it correct. If you're going to speak about it correctly. Like somebody's energy is very, like, get it right. But there's a lot that they definitely had going on. You could have found out about this, or because they were keeping a secret, or it was just kind of getting annoying to you, you just decided to release it. But this person's they're really fixated on like how they're being perceived by you, or what's being said about them, because they could have like they could be in a very prestige position, or this person was. But there's an energy here where like they don't want people lying about them, or like not understanding what really happened, because this person is saying like they know how it looks, but that's not what it was. So they're not really saying too much, but at the same time they are wanting to just clear the air. You have the locket here. Talks about relationships, intimacy, the anchor, being held down, held in place, and the fish. Talks about abundance, new beginnings. So I do feel like they're wanting to make things up to you, but it's like they have to, like I say, explain something first. Get you to understand like what really happened, or where they were coming from, or why they did what they did, why they said what they said, why y'all separated in the first place. Like they really wanted to just make something clear with you. You have doubt, unity, and wisdom. You may not believe this person. I feel like you have every reason to feel this way. You may not believe that their intentions on wanting to reunite with you is genuine. I feel like you learned a lot dealing with this individual. You learned a lot of what to watch out from, what to not accept, what to not settle for. So you may not be too open to just accepting them, as soon as they come back around. I feel like you do want a connection, but you want someone who's going to be honest with you, someone who's not going to lie to you and make all these excuses. Like you're just wanting to be happy, as most people. But I feel like if you are considering this individual, ask questions. Really just come to your own conclusion, because it's someone who seems like they can be very convincing, even if they are telling some lies. It may be hard to read this person, so you just have to use your discernment dealing with them if you are considering. You have accumulation. This talks about being greedy, asking yourself, do you need that? Do you really want that? Submission. And gradual progress. Maybe this was something where someone was, asking for too much or wanting too much out of a situation. Maybe they got too greedy, or they got too caught up in something and ultimately caused the demise of this relationship. But definitely use your discernment dealing with this energy, and make sure that you have all the information that you need. Ask as many questions as you need, and just be honest with yourself. Is this the type of connection that you want to deal with? Like I said, if you are considering. So yeah, that's your reading. I hope it resonates. Hopefully you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll greatly appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye. Hey, Pile 3. The image you chose is Akira. And just in case you missed the intro, I'll be asking, how did your ex feel while y'all were in a relationship? How do they feel now that everything is said and done? What would they like to say to you? And then I'll close the reading out with a couple of oracles. You have the Ten of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. This person felt very content while they were with you. They felt relaxed. They felt like you two were settled. They're wanting to highlight the dynamic between the two of you while y'all were together, especially if y'all stayed together. They felt like things were pretty balanced. You two were working together. Even if one was given more than the other, they feel like you two found a way to balance that out. There's something that they told you or they had to tell you. But it seems like somebody who wants you to focus more so on this Ten of Pentacles than anything else. Focus on the love that they had for you. The Chariot, the Strength, the Four of Wands. Some type of communication could have ended this relationship. Something surprising, some type of news. But I feel like this person doesn't want you to focus on how things ended. They want you to focus more so on the love that y'all had for each other prior to this separation. They want to express to you that they felt very confident. They felt very sure of themselves. They felt understood. They felt protected. They want you to know that they planned on really taking things to the next level. They could have wanted to gift you with something. This could have been a vehicle or something that would have been extremely useful to you. They just want you to think about the good times. They're not really wanting to say too much or focus too much on anything negative. They want you to know that while y'all were together, they were deeply in love with you, committed to you, happy with you, content with you. You have the Nine of Cups here. And the Three of Pentacles. They feel like things were good. You were happy, they were happy. Y'all were building. You could have just started something new, a new career, new path. You could have been learning a new skill, but there's something here where they felt like this was it for them. This was going to lead to marriage. They want to express that they were very supportive with this Three of Pentacles here, supportive of whatever you were working towards, whatever you had going on within your personal path, your personal career. They were extremely supportive of that. Four of Swords and the Ten of Wands. They're starting to speak about how things kind of became too much. Something about the finances. This person may have been living beyond their means, or they feel like the both of y'all were. And it was hard to keep up with that aesthetic. There's an energy here where they're wanting you to perceive this a certain way. They are wanting to say, even if you don't agree with it, they wanted to express to you that like this was a very fulfilling connection for them. But they're pointing towards like something about your work could have been too stressful for you. Something about like you finding your passion could have been the reason why this relationship ended. Things became too stressful and you weren't able to focus on career or your happiness or your fulfillment. And the relationship started to feel like a burden for you. This person started to feel like they were offering as much as they could, but it became pointless because it wasn't enough for you. Enough to support you, enough to support your dreams. And I feel like that's why they're trying to go back to focusing on that 10 of Pentacles. That they were very happy, they were very content, and they saw y'all growing old together, moving forward, and really solidifying the relationship. Queen of Swords. 7 of Pentacles. And the Temperance. They kind of felt like they weren't offering enough, or it wasn't enough for you. And they could feel like since y'all separated, you're feeling a lot more balanced. Maybe you feel like you had a lot of responsibility, you weren't able to really relax, and something about you wanting to focus on something more creative, something more fun than like the responsibility of the relationship. So they're speaking about how they feel like that is why things ended, because they weren't able to provide a certain lifestyle for you. But their feelings for you were very deep, very intense. They did feel very in love with you while y'all were together. So now I'm going to ask, how do they feel now that everything is said and done? The Death, the Strength, and the 9 of Wands. They feel like it's over. There's no way to resurrect this. The energy has changed. They feel like you're upset with them. You don't want to deal with them. And if they were to approach you, you would, by all means, protect yourself. They feel like you don't see them in high regards, but they see you as someone who's very confident, with the strength being here. You're in a place of your life where you are succeeding, you're moving forward. They feel like you've changed. Or because y'all are no longer together, the entire energy has changed. It's very silent. You probably blocked this person, or you just don't talk to them anymore. You completely cut them off. They could have tried to reach out to you, but you're not responding to them. You're not giving them anything. So they feel like this is completely done. It's a thing of the past. 7 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and a 3 of Pentacles. This is someone who wants to make it up to you. They feel like they messed something up, or they did do something wrong here. That could be why they're trying to highlight that 10 of Pentacles energy. Maybe to say, despite what happened or why things fell apart, remember like the good times. Remember the happy moments, the positive. But this person wants to come back and try to clean things up. They just feel like they're blocked off. They can't. You want to allow them to. They also feel like you don't trust them. They know why, though. This person isn't oblivious. They know why. I feel like you're happy you're doing something else. You could be thriving within your business or your career. You could have reached a milestone, some type of achievement. I do feel like they're watching you. and they want to try to come work with you, but they feel like they wouldn't be able to. It's like their thoughts, their fantasy, whatever they're trying to envision, they know that it's like, it's delusional for them to think that way. They do try to be optimistic, but it's like reality sinks in when they're not able to directly speak to you or get in any type of contact with you. You have the Moon. You have the Ace of Swords, yeah. Like a part of them, they know this is justified, but they still want to try to clean things up. They know that this may continue to be a dream of theirs. They'll just have to keep dreaming, keep wishing, because it's very quiet here. Like, you don't talk to this person at all. You don't want to. So they're having to accept that, but they really don't want to. The Hangman. Yeah, and the King of Wands. They're still hung up on this relationship, regardless of how long ago this separation could have occurred. They're still trying to put together the missing pieces. But this person knows with this King of Wands here, they know they could have done more. They could have been more in this dominant energy. This person could have felt like they were the catch. They could have felt like they had a lot of options. I feel like they don't want me to say that. Somebody keeps beeping the horn. This person felt like they had a lot of options. And they realized they weren't behaving morally, respectfully to you, for this relationship. It's just a feeling where they have to sit and accept that they lost you and that you could be the one that got away. You had a Ten of Cups. Justice. And the Page of Wands. They still try to be optimistic, even though they know that you probably will never deal with them again. They're still very deep in their ego, but there is truth here. There is realization here. They're not completely delusional, but they do try to mask how they really feel. So let's see what they would like to say to you. Three of Wands, Ten of Cups, and the Hermit. I want to say that they're strategically planning a way to come towards you. This person could want to tell you that they want to move somewhere. They want to be secluded. They want it to just be the two of you. They could feel like they learned a lot from this relationship, or they learned a lot since y'all been separated. They're wanting to relearn you, re-experience you. I don't feel like it's necessarily starting completely over, but they want to be in that place again in your life where you allow them in. It's kind of like the energy of wanting to pick back up where things left off, but at the same time treating it like it's a new connection. You have the Hierophant. Six of Cups. Yeah, they do miss you. Page of Pentacles. It seems like it's things that they don't want to say. Kind of feels like pulling teeth. Like they make it difficult when they can just say it. They're thinking about it. They're constantly thinking about it. They could feel like if they were to say it, it wouldn't mean anything to you. Or you wouldn't believe them. But they still have this thought that y'all will get married, y'all will settle down, y'all will reunite. They're thinking a lot about the memories, and they kind of want you to focus more so on that rather than the separation, especially if it was tumultuous. But they want you to know something about them. With the Page of Pentacles here, they learned something new. They've rediscovered themselves. They could look different. They have a lot more depth to them when they speak. This person feels like they've matured a lot since y'all's separation. The Moon is here. And the Nine of Swords, yeah. There's a lot that you didn't see. A lot that this person experienced behind closed doors. They could struggle with sleeping as well. This person is like haunted by what they've done, what they said or what they didn't say. So they're feeling this guilt, this embarrassment. They just don't show it. And I feel like it's their pride and their ego that doesn't allow them to feel vulnerability or accountability at that. Two of Pentacles and the Judgment, yeah. They're definitely going through it. They're trying to find a way to bring change, and that could be why they're planning to come towards you to balance things out. But with the Judgment here, this person's really going through it. They're really being held accountable, especially mentally. It's affecting their day-to-day life. And I feel like it's only getting worse for them. If they could be honest and tell you that this is what they would say. They didn't just get away with something. They are suffering right now. You have the Four of Pentacles here. You have the Emperor. And the Temperance. They hold back for control. It's not necessarily that they can't communicate this. Like I say, they're operating in their ego right now. You definitely bruised this person's ego. They're very focused on making sure that like you think about the positive than the negative, because they don't want to have to admit that they messed up or they made a mistake or they did something wrong. This person wants to be seen as someone who is a stand-up individual. But it's like you know this person's secrets. You've seen a different side of them. And that's something that they struggle with having to face. This is somebody who walks around with feeling like they have to control everything, but now they're in a place where they cannot control their mind. They cannot control this Nine of Swords. They're being judged right now and they can't do anything about it. They're being forced to be vulnerable, forced to feel how they could have made you feel. So now I'm going to pull some oracles for you. You have the Crossroads, the Snake, the Lilies, and the Child. So this person knows that they need to make a decision, especially if that decision is them going in a direction where they're coming towards you. They know they have to be honest with what they did. This person could have had a situation that they were dealing with. They could have been prioritizing something else outside of this connection. But there's an energy here where they know if they're going to come back around to you, they have to be honest. They have to express this truth to you and essentially be vulnerable enough to try to reconcile and offer this new beginning. But they're still contemplating this because the choice will be in your hands. And like I said before, this is someone who is very deep within their ego. and they're still struggling to release that control. Them coming back around to you, having to tell you everything, having to lay everything out on the table, leaves them in a place of having to wait and stress. It's like they're having to be put in the same position that they could have put you in. And this is a harsh lesson that they're having to go through. So they're still indecisive on if they're going to actually come towards you or if they're going to just stay where they're at, but they do really want to come back around to you. This person is, they just don't feel right. They don't feel good. They don't feel like themselves. Regardless of what this person is showing, this separation has really knocked this person out of balance. You have the owls here. It talks about short-lived chit-chat, the house, and the cross. This is something that's going to require a lot of trust, a lot of faith, if you are considering this person. But they're wanting to get that relationship back, that stability, that home, that contentment that they felt. And they're just really trying to get you to see the positive. They're not really trying to face the negative. This person knows that they have to look at both sides, but they're trying to like really convince you to only remember the good times. So when they do make the decision on if they want to try to come back around to you, they won't have to open up about the pain that they caused you or face the pain that they're feeling. Come to terms with the fact that they're experiencing the same type of pain that they caused you. You have defense, vibration, and confusion. If this person were to come back around, they'll still be pretty closed off in a sense. You'll still feel like you have to really like get this person to open up and express their truth. I feel like there's more so a need for you to protect yourself because you're in a better place right now. You're vibrating very high, and this situation will only leave you confused and lost and back at square one. This is somebody who really wants to be in control of things, and it's like they're only trying to play nice to get you back with them. But it's an energy where I feel like they will end up repeating the same pattern. I was thinking, fool me one time, shame on you, fool me twice. It's that type of energy. You have rhythm, stillness, and wisdom. Wisdom has come out multiple times throughout this reading, so there's an energy of you needing to realize what you've learned from this situation and take it for face value. Especially if you are confused or you're like not really sure about reconciling with this person. It's like all the information is here for you. It's very clear what's the best direction for you to take. And ultimately you need to choose your happiness. You need to choose to see and acknowledge what you experienced and how you felt while you were in this connection, and not what this person wants you to see. So yeah, that's your reading, pile 3. I hope it resonates. Hopefully you like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye. Hey, pile 4. The image you chose is 0. And just in case you missed the intro, in this reading, I'll be asking, how did your ex feel while y'all were in the relationship? How do they feel now that everything's said and done? what would they like to say to you? And then I'll close out the reading with a couple of oracles. You have the Six of Swords, the Five of Cups, and the Lovers. While y'all were together, this person already felt like they messed up. They already felt regret. They could be someone who self-sabotaged. But they kind of already felt like they weren't good enough, or they didn't have much to offer, or they just already messed up. But I feel like they were trying to move past that. They were trying to focus on the love in a relationship and not on their mistakes. So they were trying to be optimistic, but there were times where those pessimistic thoughts would arise. Page of Wands. Page of Cups. The Tower. They felt like their efforts to apologize and try to do right in a relationship ultimately was pointless, because it still caused an ending. There was still an ending here. They could have felt like there wasn't a strong enough foundation between the two of y'all to keep this relationship afloat. And that could be why things ultimately fell apart. But they felt very regretful, very remorseful while they were with you. This could also be about like the type of love that they were able to offer. They can only offer so much. This person felt empty. They felt like they just didn't have much to offer, but they were happy being with you. They were in love with you. They just didn't feel like they could give you what you deserved in this connection. Get a Temperance and the Three of Wands. They felt like they were overly consuming this relationship, overindulging in it, and they needed to balance things out. This person wanted to focus on the connection and their career and their personal life and things like that, but it seems like they struggle with actually doing it. But they were making plans to, so they kind of feel like they were too late. And that's why things fell apart. They were trying to heal themselves, fix themselves, and focus on a career, find a balance, all the while being in a connection with you. And that could have caused a misunderstanding. Or it could have made you feel like they were just too busy doing other things and they couldn't solely focus on finding a balance that would benefit the relationship, you and them. And the Two of Swords, Five of Pentacles. It seems like whatever direction this person would take, they felt guilty. If they focused on a career, they felt like it'll cause the relationship to fall apart. If they focus too much on a relationship, it'll become too much and they will kind of neglect another part of themselves. They just struggle trying to get things, trying to find like a middle ground, a common ground. They could have also not have communicated this to you, and that could have also been an issue. They kind of felt like the relationship was moving forward without them. They weren't like as present as they would have liked to be. It just seems like they had a lot on their plate, a lot on their mind while y'all were together. And they weren't able to just balance things out or focus on one thing at a time without overdoing it or not doing enough. They could be realizing that they're not someone who's really good at multitasking. They have to kind of focus on one thing, solidify that, and then move on to the next. But they're not good at balancing out a connection, their personal life, their career, their social life, like they can't, this person struggle with that. And I feel like they also struggle with vocally expressing that, or at least trying to put it into words that make sense. You're the Hermit, Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Swords. Yeah, this person was dealing with a lot. Mentally, emotionally, financially. They didn't feel like they were in a place where they could even financially support this relationship. They just felt like they were inadequate completely. Even if you saw them differently, even if you believed in them, this person did not believe in themselves. So I'm going to ask, how do they feel now that everything's said and done? Yeah, the King of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Six of Swords. It does seem like things have changed, at least from this first spread. They've realized a lot. This person has gained a lot of clarity, and they're wanting to move towards something a lot more calm. So this could be towards you. They could also be seeing you in this energy. You have found that contentment despite what happened between the two of y'all. I do feel like they want to show you that they've changed, that they're a lot more confident now. They're a lot more sure of themselves. They just were going through a period of their life where they were lost. But they kind of want you to see that there was something temporary, that they've since grown. Yeah, the Emperor, Page of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. So when I cut the deck on the last spread, it was the Emperor. They could want to explain to you that they've always been in this energy, or like they knew they could operate in this Emperor energy. They just needed like a little bit of time to find balance in their life. But I feel like right now they're in a better place, especially mentally. They're more optimistic about what they want to do next, where they're headed. So I do feel like they want to come back around to you because they have a lot more to offer. They're a lot more stable. They've been really working on fulfilling themselves. So you just might hear from this person. Yeah, the Star and the Chariot. Yeah, I feel like you will hear from them because they have healed. They're not in that place anymore. They want to come back around to express this to you. They're no longer in that pessimistic mindset. They want you to see this new and improved version of themselves. It seems like whatever they were dealing with in that past energy was more so personal. It didn't really have much to do with you or even the relationship. It was just like their perception of life, of their achievements or lack thereof. But they seem like their energy is a lot lighter. They're a lot more excited to speak to you again. Yeah. Hierophant in the Tower. Yeah, this person has definitely made a transformation. This is very big energy here. A lot of major arcanas here. You may even be shocked when this person does reach out to you and how they look. They look different. They look healthier, especially internal. They've learned a lot with this Hierophant here. They learned how to heal themselves, how to go within and allow everything else to flow. Yeah, you have the Five of Pentacles here. This could be like how you last saw them or how they were perceived when y'all separated. Four of Wands here. You're going to be surprised. The Big Queen, the Empress. Yeah, this is crazy. They left looking like this, and now they have transformed into this Emperor, this Hierophant, the Star, the Chariot, the Tower. King of Wands, like, this person's done a lot of work. And I feel like they will be expressing this to you as well, that it was more so internal. It wasn't the relationship, it was them. So they're holding themselves accountable. And even when I pulled the first spread, it was an honesty to them. Really one of the most honest piles, to be honest. Out of all these piles, this energy was the most straightforward and honest. Someone who, right off the bat, was holding themselves accountable. So I'm going to ask, what would they like to say to you? Five of Swords, Six of Swords, and the Page of Wands. They're going to be expressing to you that they were dealing with an internal battle. And they finally won. They defeated that side of them. They've overcome this battle that they were dealing with mentally. And they're ready to move into something that's a lot more peaceful. Or they have since moved into a more peaceful place. They're focused on their future. They're excited about what they're going to do next. And they want to say that they want you to be a part of this new beginning, this new life for them. Yeah, King of Swords, Hierophant, wow, and the Five of Cups. This was a long, like, battle that they were dealing with. A long, stressful isolation they were dealing with. And I feel like they didn't really tell anyone about this, but, like, they always believed, like a small part of them always believed that they would be able to overcome this. And they did with the Hierophant here. They've learned a lot from it as well. Hierophant coming out twice. They do have the regret of not expressing this to you, or just not having you a part of this, like, new beginning that they're wanting to embark on. And that's why they're wanting to, like, just kind of see if you want to reconcile with them. But they do acknowledge that they did disappoint you. They disappointed themselves. They were already disappointed. So they do hope that you can be just as optimistic as they are once they do open up to you about the struggles that they dealt with mentally. And how it was something that they were dealing with for a long time. It was hard for them to open up and express that this is what they were challenged with. Yeah, Two of Cups, wow. Knight of Swords, yeah, this person's going to express how they love you. They still love you. Still in love with you. Still wanting to be in this connection with you. They could want to express that now they can authentically show you this love that they weren't able to do before, like they love themselves. So now they're able to truly love you within this connection. It's a very beautiful pile. This is like a life lesson that they've learned. It's a milestone that they've overcome. Very strong. Yeah, the Knight of Wands here. Yeah, Page of Swords. They've been watching you. This person is definitely going to reach out to you. You're going to hear from this person. But they're going to express that they never stopped watching you. They never laid their eyes off of you. They've always been trying to see where you're headed, where you're going, what you're doing. They could want to express to you that you were their muse, you were their inspiration to change, to heal. But they're coming in very quickly with this Page of Wands. So if you do allow this person back in, just be mindful, you know. There's a lot of passion here that they feel for you. Yeah, you have the Nine of Swords. They've been stressing about this. This person's going to say that they've been thinking about you throughout this whole journey. Yeah, Ace of Swords, and that's the truth. This person's very honest. And the Hangman, they have nothing to lie about, nothing to, like, sugarcoat. Their energy is very straightforward. They could have went through a spiritual awakening as well. They're very in tune with self. They're content with themselves. Mature enough to express what their challenges were. And how they were able to overcome it, and what they plan on doing moving forward. So So now I'm going to pull some oracles. You're the gentleman, the lilies, clouds, and the clover. These numbers could be significant to you. Wow, this person, I know I can't say certain things on here, certain words, but they were dealing with a lot mentally. This was a personal battle within themselves. So they really want to express to you that it had nothing to do with the relationship or you. It was definitely internal. But the way that they're coming back around to you is healed. This person has learned a lot. They've changed. This is like a very lucky situation that doesn't happen often, where people can step away and work on themselves and heal and then come back a better person. And that's the energy that they're returning with, that they have changed. And they're going to be very vocal about letting you know that this was something that they were dealing with personally. It had nothing to do with you. Or like I said, the relationship. This person just felt that emptiness, or they felt inadequate within themselves. But they have overcome this, and it's amazing, to be honest. You have the owls here. Talks about short-lived chit-chat. Sickle talks about a breakup, separation, a sudden separation. And then you have the child, the new beginnings. So although things did end, it had to end for this person to get themselves together, heal themselves, and they're coming back in a brand new energy. And I feel like a lot of you probably won't even recognize this person. You will be really surprised to see how much they've grown and changed. You have stillness, measurement, opposition, and lust. So these cards talk about this person being someone that's worth the wait, that's worth the struggle, and they've done what a lot of people can't do, and they've worked on themselves. They've stepped away to heal internally so that they can bring a new energy to you, a new beginning to you. This is someone who has faced a part of them that was really challenging, but they were able to overcome that. And it's a reward that comes from this new beginning, especially with the clover being here, the lilies, stillness. It's a reward for being patient. And this person's wanting to bring that to you specifically, because they know that while they were in this relationship with you, they weren't the best version of themselves. But now that they have done the work, they're wanting to return and bring you this new beginning, bring you this reward that they know you deserve. Make sure that you still take certain things into consideration and use your discernment. But their energy here in these cards are them holding themselves accountable and wanting to show you that they've changed, not only just within their physical, but within their internal, their mental. A lot of growing here. A lot of accountability here as well. You have detachment here. Initiative and gradual progress. Yeah, they released, but they had a plan to focus on themselves. And you're going to see, like, throughout that time, they have progressed, they have grown. They're not the same person. Make sure that you take that how it resonates. And just like I say, use your discernment in this situation. But their energy is coming off very authentic. So yeah, that's your reading, pile 4. I hope it resonates. Hopefully you like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.